Hello everyone, today we will learn about OOPS, Object Oriented Programming. In this slide, in this lecture, I will let you know the beginning of Java programming, especially practicals, how you start writing new program in Java. As we know, Java is a very good platform to write programs with the help of object oriented programming methodology. And if you have learned C++ before Java, it is quite supportive and easy for Java programmers, because C++ and Java little bit similar. I would not say almost similar, because there is a difference between C++ and Java. C++ is partially object-oriented programming, whereas Java fully object-oriented programming language. What I mean is that C++ uses OOPS, Java also uses OOPS, but there's a difference. You may or may not use OOPS in C++. It means without using OOPS you can write program in C++, but in Java you cannot write any program without OOPS. That's why I would say here C++ is partially object-oriented programming, or you can say object-based or OOP-based programming, whereas Java is fully object-oriented programming. So this is my Lab 1 slides. You will surely come to know how to write Java program. In next slide, I have shown you a simple C++ program code. You can see an example of C++ code. This is a C++ program. It is very easy. What is the program about? Just to print a string hello world. Here I have written simple program with the help of IDE C++, hash include as team.h, void main, curly braces start, cout, that is output stream, double quotes, hello world, double quotes close, end line, semicolon, curly braces closed. So this is a simple program to display or to print hello world message on the screen in C++. We are going to see the same program in Java code, because it is very important to know what are the similarities in C++ with Java, or you can say how they are similar, right? In next slide I have written same program in Java code. Java is similar to C++. How? The same function, but the code in Java is entirely different. Class hello, curly braces opened, public static void main string arguments, square brackets open and closed, and parenthesis closed, curly braces opened, system.out.println hello world, semicolon, curly braces closed, and first curly braces closed. Here Here you can see I have written first line class hello, and in second line public static void main string arguments, and in third line system.out.println hello world. So the same program which I have written in C++ is written in Java, but in different way. Both the programs are showing a same result, but the syntax is different. As we know, programming language is all about syntax and rules, and programming language can be defined as set of syntaxes and rules which govern their use in writing program. So in C++ we have open main function, we have started main function. Similarly in Java we have started main function with some keywords, public static void main. We will learn it in later slides. And with the help of cout we displayed hello world in C++ program, but here in Java program we have used system.out.println hello world. So in such way Java code is different from C++. In next slide you will learn some rules which exist in both the languages. So I want to inform you that Java is similar to C++, but it does not copy the same code which you write in C++. How it is similar, I am going to teach you. So the first point is existence of a main function and method. As we have seen in the previous program, in C++ we have used main function. Similarly in Java we have used main function or method. Now here I would like to draw your kind attention. In C++ you call it function, but in Java we call it method. So C++ uses function word and Java uses method word. So existence of a main function in both the languages is compulsory. This is like similarity. Each statement ends with a semicolon. You might have seen and observed, because in C++ if you want to terminate a statement you have to put semicolon. This semicolon is known as statement terminator in both the language. If you do not close or terminate or end of your line, compiler will give you error message. So it had better for us to terminate or to end the statement in C++ and Java. Comments, comments, non-executable lines which do not have any effect on codes. Block comments begins with /* and ends with */. Block comments means multiple line comments. Suppose you want to write 2 or 3 lines as comments, or you can say document part of your program. You want to give the heading to your program, or you want to write something about some statements. So you will use these characters. Okay. So for multiple comments you will use /* and ends with */. One line comment uses // at the beginning of the line only. So here we have learned how you can give comments in your program in both the languages. So this is the similarity, right? Variables. As we know, variables are the most important part, or you can say entity, in every program, whether it is in C++ or Java or Python, right? So what is variable? Variables are words or a letter which holds the value in a program for manipulation. This is simple definition. One more definition I can say here: variables are the storage area in memory. When you declare a variable occupies space in memory where your data goes and gets stored. Or very simple, in very easy way, you can define variable is a placeholder in your program, right? Each variable must be declared before being used. This is very similar in both the languages. If you want to use variable, you will have to declare before using them. Variable name should not begin with a number. This is one more similarity. You cannot start writing variable name with the number. Alright. Each variable has a data type. In C++, if you are declaring a variable, you have to use particular data type. Similarly in Java. And case sensitivity means if you declare a variable in a small letter, the same variable can be declared in capital letter, but both would be considered differently. We will discuss it later. Braces, curly braces, right? Braces, we can say parenthesis also. So these are some things which are similar, which are available and used in both the languages. Hope you understand it. Now here I have written an example in Java program. Compute the sum, difference and product of two integer numbers. What is my program about? Compute the sum, difference and product of two integer numbers. You know, before going to write code, we should know the problem identification. After identifying the problem analysis, right? So as this problem is very simple, so we have got to know what to do in this problem. Okay, so here I will start writing in with Java code. Public class arith is my class name. Class is a keyword and public is a visibility mode, right? As I told you in the beginning of my lecture, in Java you cannot write any program without oops. Alright, so class is a feature of oops, right? Next line, public static void main, that is the main function in Java. We always write in such way: public static void main is string arguments. Now the next step is to declare variables. As you used to, or you declare variable in C++, similarly you can declare variable in Java. int, because in our program, in our problem, we are going to enter or use two integer numbers. So here we will declare variables of integer type. So data type would be integer. Integer number 1 equal to 15. What I have done here, I have assigned 15 to number 1 variable. The first variable name is number 1 and its type is integer. Second, also int number 2 is equal to 19. Here I missed semicolon. Make sure that it would show you error if you run. So here I have declared two different variables, number 1, number 2, and I have given the values 15, 19. Now with these two values we are going to find out the sum, difference and product. So how do we do that? System.out.println number 1 double quotes. This is the message part which will be constant all the time, plus number 1. So this plus is a concatenation operator. Here the plus has changed the definition. It is not going to add two things. It is going to join two things, concatenate two things. One is message and another one is your value of your variable, right? Semicolon. Similarly, system.out.println number 2, this is the message, would be constant all the time, plus number 2, semicolon, it is missing here. So here I have printed both the numbers with the message number 1, number 2. System.out.println I have given empty for leaving a line before printing next answer. In another line, in next line, system.out.println sum is also a message, plus number 1 plus number 2. So in such way you can easily add two numbers. Here this plus is working as arithmetic operators, but this plus is working as concatenation operator. So this is bit difference from C++. Alright, in C++ you can't do it. And this is an example of operator overloading, which we will learn in later classes. In next, system.out.println differences, because we have to find the difference of two numbers. And same thing we have done, number 1 minus number 2, it will give you difference. In next, product, system.out.println product, that is number 1 multiply number 2. So we use asterisk sign for multiplication. So this is a complete program of computing the sum, difference and product of two integers. Hope you will write this code in Java editor, IDE, and run the program to get answer. Once you have written your program, you have to compile it. For compiling Java programs, we can compile Java programs using any type of integrated development environment, IDE like JCreator, NetBeans, Eclipse. An alternative way is to compile through DOS command prompt using the following commands: Java compiler, C stands for compiler, Java C program name .java to compile, and Java program name to run. So here I have given you two different ways to compile your program. First way is to use IDE, that is integrated development environment. It means there is a interface editor with lot of options, little windows, units. Okay, you will use them all together at one screen. It means integrated, made up of different little windows which will work together to give you development environment where you can write your code, write your softwares with lot of features of IDE. That IDE may be JCreator, NetBeans and Eclipse. But if you don't want to use them, you have another alternative way to compile Java program, that is DOS prompt. But in DOS prompt you have to go through two steps. Very first time you will compile the program. Compilation means debugging. Okay, in first step you will come to know the errors and bugs of your program. After removing errors and debugging it, the next part is to run the program. For running the program, we have Java command and program name. So Java C and Java, both commands are important to run a program.